In dramatic fashion, Arthur Biyarslanov defeats Juan Martinez. Now, here's the KO here, the right cross from the southpaw position. An excellent shot. I know most people are going to be thinking that this is a right hook, but this is actually the right cross. And we're going to talk about how we got to this position. But first, we're going to want to take a look at this position here. The position that he winds up being in when he throws his straight left hand. Now, he hits him with a massive shot to the body, which is what initially triggers him to be hurt. But this line that he's creating here and all this weight that he's getting into it, look at how close his head is to his knee here. A massive amount of power in this shot. Really, really good body shot. And this is also the position that you're going to be in when your opponent is expecting a right hand. Or if you're feinting your right hand, or in his case, Arthur's a left hand. Right, so when his opponent sees him moving into this position and bringing his weight forward, he's going to be expecting the straight left hand, and that's going to be very important for the next couple clips as we take a look at the actual KO. So first, we're going to take a look at this scene here. We have him entering on the back side of his line, Arthur. So he's shooting the jab here, and what he wants to do is push Juan out of the position that he's looking to defend. Now, he doesn't want Juan to be on the back foot in this position, ready to throw his right hand, right? So if Arthur just attacks him from this position, then he's going to be leaping into his line, and Juan has all this opportunity, as you can see when he gets feinted, all that distance that he travels when he moves his head to the front foot to add power to a punch. And if Arthur leaps in and throws a punch at him when he's in that position, he's very likely going to get countered. At the professional level, it's very unlikely that you're not going to get countered. But he's now on the back foot and his opponent is on the front foot. Seemingly, if Arthur is going to be moving into him from this position, it's going to be akin to your opponent having lead foot dominance on you. And that means that he's going to have a positional advantage as Juan here can punch with both hands, while Arthur still has to change positions before he can use his other hand. So what does he do if he wants to continue the engagement? Well, once his opponent is on the front foot, he has to feint him again and say, "Hey, I'm going to attack you," right? Ask him, is he going to feint? Is he going to probe? Is he going to attack me back, right? What is he looking to do to control this position? And the answer was nothing. So he immediately abandons the position and starts moving his weight to the back foot. And this opens up space for Arthur to slip his weight to the front foot. Now look at how this forces, as he moves to the front foot, this forces Juan farther back on his line, and he leans away from what he thinks is going to be a straight left hand from him. Boom. So he winds up, again, pulling away from that shot. Now, Arthur's on the front foot, and he has complete positional advantage. And just like we saw a second ago with Arthur on the back foot, now Juan has to move his weight into Arthur's line, and Arthur can punch from either hand, but also, more importantly, when he brings his weight from the front foot to the back foot, if Juan is attacking him when he's here, if he adds power to any of his attacks, he's going to be transferring his weight to the front foot here, which means he's going to be escaping the power that's going to be coming from this glove to this position. And as he moves through his line, and he brings his head here, he's going to be adding power and throwing his right hand directly into the line that's being created from Juan as he moves from the back foot here to the front foot here. And the way that path works out is not good for Juan Martinez. And that's why it's so important to establish lead foot dominance against your opponent, to get that outside angle, because you have so many more opportunities to offend your opponent, and they have so many less opportunities to defend themselves or offend you entering the line. And then as we see, Juan is going to move forward from the back half of his line as Arthur is coming from the front foot to the back foot and able to drag all that power into what the commentator said was not a very good punch. It just looked like he lightly tapped him, but he is getting a massive amount of rotation on this shot as he gets all of his weight on the front foot here and then is able to swing and get all of his weight to the back foot, transferring through this excellent cross with absolutely nearly perfect technique. We're going to watch it from another angle here, but just absolutely incredible. So again, entering from the back foot. But he doesn't want to just move into his line, right? Shoot a jab to this position, because he's going to fall into the same trap that Juan was in as well, right? Where he's entering the line here, his weight is going this way, and then Martinez can simply transfer his weight from the back foot to the front foot, but while punching at the same time, and get out of the trajectory of the lane that Arthur is projecting his weight, right? He's pushing his weight into that zone. So he feints it, right? And now as Juan slips and brings his weight to the front foot, he doesn't actually have a target to attack that's in range. So when he goes through that arc of motion from his back foot to his front foot, there's no target. And now he's going to feint him again to create space and allow him to get into this position as Juan is moving out of this position. Now, the reason that this idea is important is because this is exactly what Vasily Lomachenko was supposed to be doing to Teofimo Lopez. When Teofimo Lopez was sitting on that back foot there, Lomachenko was supposed to feint him out of that position without giving him a target for that right hand, and then find a way to occupy this space. So obviously, it's a little more difficult to do that to Teofimo Lopez than it is to Juan Martinez here. But the concept is very important in that he can move into this position as he is forcing his opponent out of it. Now, once his opponent looks to bring his weight into that position, and if he looks to attack it, right, his opponent, or Arthur in this case, is going to be bringing his weight from the front foot to the back foot as we watch his head and his positional change. It's not as dramatic here, and you can't really tell as much, but that's only because of the angle that the camera is, and the rotation is coming towards us, which is changing his opponent's head position, right? Or as we can see here, much more clearly, when his head is all the way on the front foot, he's here, right? And then now when he brings his head to the back foot, his head is all the way over here now, when it was over here. There's a massive amount of difference in the positioning and where your opponent is trying to bring their weight, and now where your head is and where their weight can go, right? Anyway, a phenomenal performance from Arthur. He dominated every second of the round, right? And he put the guy out. He even tried to say that he didn't start super fast, that he came out thinking and doing this, which he did, obviously, feinting and probing and taking advantage of positions. It was a beautiful performance, and I look very much forward to seeing the rest of his career.